Now on BBC Radio Berkshire, it's Mike Reed.
Somebody has to be born in Woking, and that fate fell to the wonderful Elio Pace. Elio, how are you?
Hello, Mike. Yes, it did fall to be. And to Paul Weller as well.
Yeah, well, I was at school there as well, so it's not a bad place, all in all.
Well, you know, I was born there. My mum and dad lived in Addleston. They emigrated from Italy in 1962, and I spent the first 3 years of my life there, yeah.
Oh, so you're in Addleston. Well, I grew up in Weybridge.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow. We were neighbours.
Next town, just down the road, yeah. Just a pace or two away, eh?
Oh, very good, very good.
Good stuff. Well, we'll talk in a while about the Billy Joel tour, which is just to remind people. I mean, the amount of people you work with, my pal Wogan, extensively. People will know you for that on a Sunday morning, of course.
Yeah.
And all the other people. I mean, almost too many to mention. The Les Dawsons, the Shirley Bassett's, the Neil Sadakas.
Yeah.
You know,
including Raoul Mallow, who you've just played there from the Mavericks.
Ah, yes.
Absolutely love the guy. He came on the Wogan show, and we got on like a house on fire, and we ended up doing some other stuff at one of his gigs. It was just fantastic. So yeah, I've been really lucky, Mike. Really, really lucky.
I think all of us think that. You think, hang on, this is great. You know, the door opened at the right time. As we know, Elio, you're going to have talent. You can be good, and you know people that are good. And you think, I wonder why they haven't made it. There's just something. It is a bit of luck of the draw, but you've got to be able to do it once they give you the key.
Absolutely. Yes, that's exactly right. You've got to be ready for when that call comes, whenever it comes. I think the thing that keeps you going is if you're doing it for the right reason. If you just love what you do. And, you know, this was a hobby as a kid when I was a boy growing up, playing the piano, singing songs. It's ridiculous. It's just an incredible way to earn a living. And I've done it for 26 years, and I still absolutely love it today as much as I did then.
It's good. It's like somebody said to me this morning about holiday. They said, have you had a holiday? I said, do you know, it's all a bit of a holiday, really.
It is. When I've just spent 10 days in New York right now playing with Billy Joel's original touring band. And yes, it's work. Yes, it is hard work to get yourself to the standard where you know, you practice. I spent 3 days rehearsing in a rehearsal room on my own just to make sure I was ready for the gigs. But you still walk back along the Upper West Side and you think, this is just amazing. This is amazing. With a bagel in one hand and a coffee in the other. And you're going, God, this is just amazing.
Yeah, Fifth Avenue is not Addleston.
No, it certainly is not. No.
Okay. So doing the Billy Joel tour, working with his musicians, Elio, the question is, do you get to sleep with Christy Brinkley?
Yes.
That's good. That's a bonus.
Yeah. In fact, she's calling me straight after this interview. No, I don't. She is lovely, though, and she looks fantastic for her age, doesn't she? She's one of my Facebook friends. How does that work?
Oh, that's weird, isn't it?
That's crazy. She came over to do Chicago a couple of years ago, 3 years ago. She played Roxy in Chicago in the West End, and a friend of mine called Hilary O'Neill, who you probably know, she has a friend who was her dresser. I have a friend who took Christy Brinkley's clothes off every night. and she said, yeah, come along and come and say hello. So I did. I went along and met Christy Brinkley. She was lovely.
Did you go at the clothes taking off time, though?
Yeah, I tried to, but there were security guards that chucked me out at that point. No, I didn't. You know, we had a nice 10, 15-minute conversation after the show. And she was very, very lovely. We spoke about lots of different things, about food and Italy and Billy Joel, of course, and stuff. It was quite interesting.
Wonderful. But, I mean, what a catalogue of songs he's got.
Oh, well, where do you start? Yeah. Do you have a favourite, Mike?
Oh, yeah, I quite like Leningrad.
Yes. That's a good choice.
Yeah, I like Leningrad.
Leningrad is just an awesome song. 12 studio albums, starting from 1971, Cold Spring Harbor, ending 21 years ago with the River of Dreams album.
Yeah.
Incredible songs, 38 of which we've packed into this Billy Joel Songbook show that we're doing.
It really is what you leave out. Having said Leningrad, if I were to start a programme with one, it would be We Didn't Start the Fire.
Well, that's in the show. That's definitely in the show. We've done all the hits. you see, what I'm doing, Mike, is here, I'm not doing a tribute in the sense, in what tribute has come to mean, which is imitation. I'm not imitating Billy Joel. I'm going out as Elio Pace, telling some stories about the music, how it was constructed and written, a little bit about his background, and then we play a cluster of songs demonstrating what I've just spoken about. The incredible story, for instance, about Just the Way You Are, and how Just the Way You Are, how Billy doesn't like the song. He never liked the song, and he wasn't going to put it on the Stranger album, and it was only because Linda Ronstadt and Phoebe Snow came to the studio at the invitation of Phil Ramone, and he did it on purpose because he knew that he would probably listen to two sexy girls telling him what to do. And when he played them the playback of the song as they were making the album, they said, "Are you kidding? What do you mean you don't want to put this on the album?" And he listened to them, and of course, the rest is history.
It is amazing. People love a story. I think if you engage them from the stage, rather, I think, than just playing the songs. Everyone who plays the songs, okay. And some artists you don't know any better at the end of the night. You feel in a theatre, if it's cozy, if you're telling a story, you think, oh, that's what that's about. It makes the song more interesting.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I believe. And I'm very, very proud to say that we've had 32 shows of the 70 that we're doing. I've got 38 more to do starting tomorrow, again, because I've just been away for a month. But of the reviews, which have all been glowing, so many of them said exactly what you just said, that it's just a treat to come and watch all these songs being played, but to learn something about the songs. I do a song called Lullaby, the Goodnight My Angel song. It's just one of the most powerfully beautiful, moving songs he wrote about his young daughter. And it's a great song as it is, but if I tell you at the beginning of it, it started off by his daughter asking him one night when he was tucking her up into bed, when she says to him when she was about 7 or 8, "Daddy, what happens when we die?" And he says he was just lost for words, and he went away and wrote this beautiful lullaby for her. And it's very, very moving. And once you know that little backdrop to it, it brings the words to life. And I do that throughout the show. I do little bits and pieces, like the most important song Billy Joel probably ever wrote was the one that got him discovered, Captain Jack. And I tell you how that happened. So it's not me going out dressed as Billy, talking like Billy. I'm going out talking to the audience. I have this fantastic band, amazing band. We've learned, as I say, 38 songs of this songbook. All the hits are there, and some great album tracks as well.
It's interesting you saying about him being inspired by his daughter there, and I was just thinking of the muse for a song. Just as you were saying that, I think that when you're a teenager, you start your inspiration is probably other people, the other musicians, the other songs that are around you. That's your inspiration. Then you fall in love, like Billy Joel with Christy Brinkley, and she becomes your muse, and then your kids become your muse, and then probably reflection. So there are different muses, I guess, in your life if you're a writer.
That's absolutely right. Yes, that's a really nice observation. And taking what you've just said at the end is the painful part of the story, really, because Billy hasn't made any new music for 21 years. He said in 1993 when he released The River of Dreams, "That's it. I've had enough of the music business. I've never wanted to be a rock star anyway, and I've had enough. I just don't want to be part of this system anymore." So now his muse, whatever his muse is, there's a part of us, all us fans around the world, that's going, I wonder what Billy's thinking today. I wonder how he was affected by 9/11. I wonder how he feels about this and how about that. And if he doesn't write any more music, we will never know.
It is extraordinary. I had no idea that he hadn't done it for so long. You just don't realise there were the years ago. It's amazing.
Yeah, 21 years ago, The River of Dreams, and his last big hit.
I had no idea. Extraordinary.
Yeah.
Extraordinary. Well, you're obviously taking your vast experience out on the time. You've MD'd for so many of those great shows, so many of the Bill Kenwright shows, and Joseph and I always like, I always like to get my Bill Kenwright impression out at this point, love. I like to do it on a daily basis if I can, love.
That's very good.
Are you sure you weren't paying, Elio? Are you sure?
Oh, do you know what? He's a lovely. I really, really enjoyed working for Bill. He's a big music fan.
Oh,
and
he's emotional about it as well.
Very
I mean,
emotional.
genuinely emotional. He's passionate about his idols.
He absolutely is. He loves rock and roll. Talk about an aficionado on rock and roll. He's the man, you know. So working for him was great because you knew he was really, really listening, you know. But yeah, no, I've been really lucky, Mike. I was musical director for Sir Terry Wogan on BBC Radio 2, and on that show, that was about 4 years ago, and we did 36 live shows from the BBC Radio Theatre, and we had some incredible people come on: Glenn Campbell, Neil Sedaka, Nora Jones, Brian May. And my band was the house band. I was the musical director, and I got to sing 3 songs every week. Plus, my job was to make arrangements happen for those guys who were coming on and playing. I've been so lucky. But I'm doing something right now, the Billy Joel Songbook tour, which I have wanted to do for 30 years. I'm 46 years old, right? So I fell in love with Billy Joel in the middle of the 80s when I first heard the song This Night. Do you know This Night?
Yeah.
Which I do in the show, and I tell a little story as to how I discovered Billy Joel, and you know, which I won't spoil now. But no, I'm finally doing something. I've loved my career, but at this moment, I've got to get this out of my system, which is why we're doing this Billy Joel Songbook.
Well, it's great. I remember the first time I saw him on TV. I was at the Queen's Hotel in Leeds, and I was about to do my first national TV show. I got a series to host, and I was up looking at my script and thinking, I've got to learn it, and not sleeping, and watch the TV, and Billy Joel was on, and that's the first time I seen him that night. So that's why I remember it so distinctly.
What year was that?
It would have been 1970, either 8 or 9.
78 or 9. So you were
9. It'll be 79. It'll be 79.
79.
Just before I joined Radio 1. Yeah, 79.
Wow. So that could have been like the old grey whistle test.
It was. It's a special. What was he? I'm trying to think what he was singing. I do know, but it won't come to me right at this second. I was trying to think what it was.
Well, he would have 79. He would have just had his big breakthrough album, The Stranger, with Only the Good Die Young, and She's Always a Woman, Just the Way You Are, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, and he would have had Honesty by that point, and Big Shot, and My Life.
It was My Life. My Life was the song that was on TV that night.
Wow.
Yeah, My Life. That was, I knew as soon as you were going through it, I knew you'd come to it. It was My Life, turned on the TV, learning my script, and that's the first time I'd seen him. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a great memory. Well, I remember the first time I saw him was 1983 when he was playing live at Wembley Stadium, and it was on Arena, and it was live on BBC 2 at the time. And I just remember thinking, wow, I've never seen anything like that before, you know. And of course, I just love the colour in his music, the versatility. You know, Billy once said that he found versatility, his own versatility, to be a curse. That the record company wanted him just to sort of stick. Can you not do another album like The Stranger again, Billy? He's like, no, I've done that.
So he's invented a new word there, Elio, curseability.
Curseability.
Yeah.
There you go.
Get it in the dictionary. Listen, lots of luck with the tour. You won't need it, obviously. High Wycombe Swan Theatre on the 24th of September, on the 28th at the Camberley Theatre, and on. But you can check it out on Elio's website, I'm sure, and it'll be a cracker. Elio, lovely to talk to you. We'll play a track now from River of Dreams. So,
wonderful.
Listen, have a terrific tour, and hopefully I'll bump into you soon.
Thank you, and Mike, it's been lovely speaking to you.
And you, Elio. You take care.
I grew up watching you on the television, and it was just awesome.
Oh, I love you.
Thanks, mate.
Bless you. Thanks, Elio.
Thank you very much.
There we are. Elio Pace with us on BBC Radio Berkshire, 10 to 2 the time.
Through the jungle of doubt spiritual man. Baptized by far away to the river that is running to the promised land. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep through the desert of truth to the river so deep. We all end in the ocean. We all start in the streams. We're all carried along by the river of dreams. In the middle of the night, I go walking in the middle of it. 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 I go walking in the
Excellent stuff. Oh, there we are. Elio Pace doing his stuff there. Brilliant. And out on tour and probably coming to a venue near you. So check it out online. 6 minutes before 2.